Welcome to Council Action. My name is Elizabeth Couts. I'm the mayor of the city of Burnsville. Council Action is a summary of the council's meeting on Tuesday, April 4th, 2017. The meeting was called to order at 100 Civic Center Parkway in the council chambers. We begin our meetings with a moment of silence followed by the Pledge of Allegiance, and then we move on to our announcements and proclamations. Our council meetings are scheduled for Tuesday, April 18th at 6:30 p.m. and Tuesday, May 2nd at 6:30 p.m. We have work sessions scheduled for Tuesday, April 11th at 6:30 p.m. and Tuesday, May 9th at 6:30 p.m. We also have a special work session that's scheduled for Tuesday, April 25th at 4:30 p.m. and this is for the city manager's performance evaluation. And then we had one proclamation, and that was for honoring Anchor Bank for their 50th anniversary. We then move on to citizens' comments, and no one appeared before the City Council to speak to any issues. And then we move on to additions to the final agenda, and there were no emergency items to be added to the agenda. And then we move on to the consent agenda. The first item on the consent agenda, we approved all of the minutes of our past meetings. We also approved claims listing, and we approved the replacement of the digital multifunctional devices for city departments. And we approved the contract settlement with the International Association of Firefighters, local number 4481. These are our fire captains. And then we approved the ordinance amending 2017 city fees and charges scheduled to establish fees regarding the purchase of land and creation of a tax increment financing district, known as TIF. We approved and accepted bids and awarded the contract for the McAndrews Lift Station Rehabilitation Project. We approved the resolution accepting the bids and awarded the contract for the 2017 Street Rehabilitation Project. We also approved the resolution accepting the bids and awarded the contract for the 2017 Street Reclamation Project. And we approved and accepted the bids and awarded the contract for the 2017 Contract Sewer Cleaning and Televising Project. We approved the application of Frauenschuh, Inc. for a plan unit development amendment for a 5,000 square foot expansion to an existing dental building located at 4050 Nicollet Boulevard. We approved the plan unit development amendment agreement, and we also approved the findings of fact and the ordinance. And that was the end of the consent agenda. On the regular agenda, we had a public hearing, and this is a resolution adopting the assessments on the second half of the 2016 code enforcement charges. This item was presented. There were no questions for staff. I opened the public hearing. No one spoke to the item, closed the public hearing, and the item was approved. I then recessed the Burnsville City Council meeting so the Economic Development Authority can convene its special meeting. The meeting was called to order, and there were no emergency items to be added to the agenda. And on the consent agenda, we approved all of the minutes of the past meeting, and there was an item to authorize payment for Greater MSP membership. This item is being continued to the next meeting of the EDA so that this item can be brought to a work session with the members of Greater MSP to speak to the members of the council on the ongoing membership. So there were no other items to come before the Economic Development Authority because there were no items on the regular agenda, and the meeting was then adjourned. I then reconvened the Burnsville City Council meeting, and there were no other items to come before the body, and the meeting was adjourned. I'd like to remind everyone that council action replays at 6 a.m. and noon, 6 p.m. and midnight. And city council meetings play at various times on Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday. I encourage you to watch the following to see how you can view past meetings and current meetings via the internet at www.burnsville.org. I'm Elizabeth Couts, Mayor of the City of Burnsville. Thank you for joining me. Continue to make a difference.